Hey guys, it's Jean and welcome back. We're back here at Scholarship Strategies, and thanks so much for wanting to spend some time today to hopefully help yourself on your own money mission. Once again, I am Jean O'Toole. I'm a scholarship expert. I specialize in outside scholarships, which are scholarships attached to organizations, individuals, companies, and can be used at any college, any university. And I'm really excited to have this YouTube channel to be able to help people, hopefully like yourself, be able to start some money missions and find yourself some money to reduce college debt. So my team and I were putting together, our notes for some of these episodes, and I kept getting a question through my social media over and over again. Hey Jean, we want to know, how did this happen? How did you actually find yourself now being an expert in outside scholarships? And so I thought it was important that I shared that with you. Some years ago, I was really fortunate to be working with an amazing company called Making It Count, which was part of Monster. And Making It Count was a program that brought success strategies to high school students and college students nationwide. And I was giving assemblies and huge programs for hundreds of students as part of their speakers program to students to help them with internships and studying for the best grades that they could get, and basically some strategies to help them become successful. I had a lot of conversations with students. I mean, just in working with Making It Count alone, I had met over 100,000 students at that point across the country. And I was having so many conversations with both high school and college students who, when we were talking about success, they would say in their own words, you know what, Jean, this is all good and I want to be as successful as I possibly can, but I have a concern and my family has a concern. And the concern is this cost of college. And I gotta tell you, it just really hit with me, like big time, because I could relate to them. It resonated with me. I was the first person in my family to go to college. I don't know if any of you out there can relate to that, but I was the first person in my family to go to college. And so, yeah, the cost of college, we were scrambling. By the time I was wrapping up with high school, I was trying to find some scholarships. I applied for some. I won some, but not enough. And even though I had some money to help reduce my college bill, I found myself signing my name to a bunch of student loans to attend Wagner College, which is where I went for undergrad. It was an amazing experience. I definitely don't regret signing my name to some student loans, but I had decided back then with my family that this was going to be part of my life. I was going to have to figure out how I was going to pay these student loans back. And most of my friends were making the same types of decisions. And here I was, now having conversations with students and families, and they were having the same type of conversations, thinking that student loans is just going to be part of the process. Well, I got curious and wondered, really, does it have to be that way? Is there really no other way that students can help themselves? And I started asking questions. I mean, here it was. I was fortunate that I was going to high schools and universities every single day somewhere in the United States. And I had all of this opportunity to start researching with guidance counselors, principals, college advisors, right then and there. And I just started having conversations. What can students do? And you know what the answer that started to come up was, well, Jean, you'd be surprised at how few students are really proactively going after scholarships. And I when I hear the word scholarship, I don't know if you guys, feel this way, but when I heard the word scholarship, the first thing that I'm thinking about the scholarship that I got from Wagner College, or the scholarships that I was being offered by particular colleges and universities. And that scholarships were going to be given to students with the top grades or students who are the top athletes, and that was it. As I started researching, I started learning that there were outside scholarships that were not attached to any college, any university. They were being given away from companies, organizations, individuals, foundations, and that many of these scholarships had nothing to do with grades or sports. How about that? That's all I needed to get hooked into diving deeper. I wanted to learn more. And over these past now 10 years, I cannot believe how many opportunities are really out there. It's when I got involved with Connections 101 in 2008, and I'm proud to be their director of school relations now. But with Connections 101, I started putting together a workshop to not just educate students about outside scholarships, but to show them how they can take action without waiting for their guidance counselor to tell them about an opportunity. And as we started doing this, it was amazing. I mean, the first years I was doing this, I had started doing this in just classrooms at high schools, having these conversations and saying, hey, you know what? There's these opportunities out there. Why not search on this? And students started responding, wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe how many scholarships I just found so quickly. We expanded it. And I started developing different strategies to help students take almost an entrepreneurial approach to this process, right? Like literally, let's put the ownership on the student, right? That this is our dream. This is my life. So why shouldn't the student be ultimately give them all the tools that they need so that they can find as many scholarships as they want to, that they're not having to wait for their guidance counselor, not having to wait for the older brother or sister, the friend, the parent to come to them and say, hey, check out this particular opportunity. Like, what if that young person who has so much going for them, whether it's academically, athletically, creatively, that young person can also be proactive and find more. I mean, we're talking hundreds more scholarships than if they had just waited for their guidance counselor to tell them about an opportunity. It was unbelievable. Starting, again, about 10 years ago, 2008, working with Connections 101, these conversations started happening in classrooms. And then the guidance counselors, the principals said, wow, Jean, this is an amazing program. We can't believe how proactive our students are. Will you give this talk to the whole school? And so now those classroom presentations very, very quickly started to become big, massive 100-person assemblies. And it was unbelievable for me to witness what would happen in these auditoriums. I mean, literally watching students who thought that they were going to have to sign their name to a student loan, just like I did. But instead, they recognized that there was another option. They didn't have to follow the crowd into that years of student loan debt. They didn't have to. They could, if they wanted to. They could actually take some actions now, proactively finding additional opportunities now, and stack the dollars and reduce their college debt. I'm so honored to do this work because over these past years, students have found, anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 to help them, to some students have found hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's a student who I got to work with who I was so thrilled, and she got accepted to Columbia University, one of the top schools, here in our nation. And using the scholarship strategies that we had developed, she had found for herself and had won more than enough money to pay for every dime of Columbia, and she actually had some additional monies left over. Isn't that amazing? No cap even on outside scholarship dollars. You can win as much as you can. This process, though, it is a process that requires a student to want to take some action for themselves, right? There are so many opportunities out there, but we want to make sure, and we're going to give you here at this YouTube channel and all my other social media, we want to empower you to be able to take action for yourself, so that way you don't have to be resigned to a decade of student loan debt. Some people even longer than that, right? There are opportunities out there. You can, of course, get a jump start if you want by checking out my book, which I'm so excited about. Thanks to Morgan James Publishing. This is going to be available nationwide September 3rd, 2019. We're so excited. Already available at Amazon as an ebook, so you can already get a jump start. But we're going to be providing opportunities here. As now a scholarship strategist, author, and speaker, and the director of school relations at Connections 101, I now am giving huge programs at whether it's at libraries or at high school auditoriums, gymnasiums, college campuses. There are so many students to help that I try to find as many opportunities just like this right here on this channel to be able to help as many students as I possibly can. I do not take on personal clients because there's so many people to help. But you can take care of your own process simply by following some of the steps that I'm going to be giving to you on this channel. I want to leave you with a scholarship that you can get started on today if you meet the following criteria. This is just one of many, many, many opportunities, but I love this scholarship, and I'm a music fan, so it has to do with music. It's called the Live Now Music Scholarship, and it's open to African American students here in the United States who have been involved with some sort of music activity, and also community service. If you are a graduating high school senior and you definitely plan to attend a 4-year college or university, you should totally put this application together because you can win up to $1,000, and deadline is going to be July 6th. So definitely get that application together and go get the money. Lots more scholarships are at all of my social media, and look in the description below for additional information about the Live Now Music Scholarship. Be sure to leave a comment or a question here on the channel. Share this video with anybody who you think could be helped, and we're going to be coming back to you with more episodes about specific tips and tricks to help you really make this happen for yourself. So until next time, go get the money.